All right, here with new Sun Devil offensive lineman Josh Atkins. Josh, obviously, making the big move out to the desert. But first off, how tough is it going to be to leave the islands?
It was definitely a hard decision, man. It's beautiful out there. It's a lot different living, a little expensive, but I love the place, and yeah, it was just the best decision for me at the time, and yeah, I just had to make that move.
Obviously, yeah, we'll get into why you're a Sun Devil in a second. But what was some of the cool things about just kind of, obviously a Texas guy and now heading back to the desert here in Arizona. But what was kind of life like there out there on the islands in Hawaii?
It was different, getting to just walk outside and see some of the views and stuff. I used to tell people like, man, it looked fake. Like it looks like someone's computer screensaver or something like that. Like the mountains, being able to just go to the beach. I mean, just the whole vibe of the island itself. It's different. I mean, the island time is definitely real. It was an experience I'll definitely never forget.
Now, of course, you're making the jump up to power conference now, and when you jumped in the portal, what were some of the things that really kind of jumped out to you as the most important, wherever your next destination would be, the most important things that you wanted to have?
For me, I believe the biggest thing that was important was one, a coach that I could, felt comfortable with and knew what he was talking about. And two was just a place that was gonna put me in the position to be the best me, and play at that next level and reach my goals that I have for myself. I believe the things that me, Coach T, and Coach Dillingham have talked about have all lined up to those things. Arizona State has everything you can to offer. You know what I'm saying? And I just believe that it was the right spot for me. I believe they matched all the circles that that'll get me where I need to. I'm just focusing on football and getting better every day in my school.
Of course, it was a commitment that you made, kind of sight unseen in terms of having doing a lot of stuff and the visits kind of virtually rather than in
Yeah.
person. What kind of sold you, and just obviously you cited some of the factors there. Taking that kind of almost like a leap of faith for your next destination.
It's definitely a leap of faith. Just praying about it is about the biggest thing. Obviously, not going on campus is different, right? You get to go on campus and get the feel of it and everything. But man, just seeing the campus and talking with Coach T and with my family, and then later going on and pray about it and just ask God to help me with my decision. I felt like no other decision seemed right. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like that's where I need to be, and that's just where I'm at.
So obviously you cited Coach Tuitele, and obviously Saga's been really working hard this offseason, bringing in talented guys like yourself. What jumps out to you about your future position coach in terms of what he can do for you and how he can elevate your game?
So Coach T, he actually knows my previous O-line coach at Hawaii. And I love Coach Sapolu. That was my Hawaii coach at O-line, and he speaks highly of Coach T. I respect Coach Roman's word and what he thinks about you know what I'm saying, another coach. And just talking with Coach T, you know what I'm saying, we've talked some about a little bit of the scheme and so some of the plans he has for me, and they all just I feel comfortable with the way he's gonna coach me and stuff.
So obviously, your future head coach Kenny Dillingham is one of the youngest in major college football.
Yeah.
But and getting to know Kenny during this recruiting process, what kind of stands out to you in terms of Kenny as a leader of the program and a guy that you want to play for?
I just say his energy. I think he brings that young energy. You could definitely just get that vibe off him when he talks, and he has a plan for the team. You know what I'm saying? He has goals for the team going in the right direction, big goals, and I just want to be a part of it. I feel like he's doing the right thing here, and he's bringing the right mindset with it. He's thinking about the players first, and he's been real communicative with me throughout the process, and I've appreciated that of him. And yeah, he's just been upfront with me, letting me know his goals and his visions, and I like him, and I believe in him.
Any Sun Devil fans that might not have seen you in action for Hawaii, give our listeners and viewers a self-scouting report on what you bring to the trenches and to the field.
What I bring to the trenches, I bring that energy. I bring the swag and the energy. Bring that leadership also as well. So yeah, I just bring that piece that you need on the O line and just keep the guys together. You know what I'm saying? And just the nastiness.
Obviously, starting with left tackle for Hawaii. Is that where they see you this with the Sun Devil offensive line playing at that left tackle spot?
Yes, sir. That's what I've talked about with Coach T. Just keeping me at left tackle and toning my game up.
And obviously, playing offensive line obviously is so demanding and requires tremendous athleticism and high football IQ. What's your favorite part of just kind of life in the trenches and and those battles on a snap in, snap out basis?
I think the best part is just that mind game you play with the defender, getting down every snap, and you're just trying to beat each other on each other's technique, right? Who can do their technique a little bit better than the other one, and just that whole mind game and just the physical battle. I think that's my favorite part of it. You know what I'm saying? Just getting that win over and just rep after rep, just physically dominating. You know what I'm saying? And just winning that rep.
Coming up through Texas high school football, how has that kind of prepared you for college ball? I mean, obviously, it seems like high school ball in Texas is different than anywhere else.
Yeah, it's different. It's a lot bigger in Texas. Shoot, almost playing college ball is just like playing college football again. Like, I mean, you're running into all the same dudes you played. I mean, literally everyone I've played. Actually, I played Prince Dorba in high school. He's actually a DN on the team now.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, like Jordan Crook just transferred. He's from the area. I mean, it's about the same. I feel like it prepares you well. You're playing at the highest level, and then you come to college. I mean, people get bigger and everything, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're just growing with the game. Nothing too big.
There's been such a Texas to Tempe pipeline going on. Obviously, guys like Rashad Samples and Brian Carrington have been at
Yeah,
the forefront
Rashad
of it.
Samples.
Yeah,
Hmm.
what has it been like just knowing that you're part of that pipeline? There's so many fellow Texans on this roster with you.
Yeah, it's good to be a part of. Like I said, it's just, you know what I'm saying, something else that just adds on to it, what we're going to do next year, right? Having all these Texas people and bringing them out there. And in Texas, we know how to win and we know how to play football, right? So that's what we're bringing out there, and shoot, that's what we hope to do.
How much of a factor was it in your decision, knowing that ASU is going into the Big 12? That they obviously have a number of games in Texas of this upcoming season, and Texas and kind of that footprint is going to be a large part of the conference future.
Oh yeah, I definitely played a part. A lot of my family get to come see some of those Texas games. They'll get to catch some out of state ones too. But yeah, especially with going to the Big 12, just getting to play some good DNs week to week. You know what I'm saying? And playing in that new conference, I think it was definitely exciting to step into.
Now, ASU, of course, has had a couple of rough seasons, but Kenny has obviously got the trend line and the trajectory going in the right direction. It appears. What is it? How appealing is it to you to kind of maybe have a chance to be in on that ground floor and be a foundational piece and elevating Sun Devil football and being part of the group that brings Sun Devil football back to where it wants to be?
It's a great part to be of. Obviously, wasn't where you want to be last year, but new coaching staff. We're bringing in new players. We look to build something and start off strong. The foundation is the most important part to anything, right? And it means a little more to be a part of it when you started it, right? You're not just coming and jumping on a train already moving. We're gonna start this from the ground up, and it just means a little more. So the work could definitely reflect, and I'm ready for it.
Obviously, you're coming in as one of a few guys that have FBS experience, but also there's a lot of guys in that offensive line room for the Sun Devils that are on the younger side and kind of and have a mix there. What's your kind of early read? Having not been out here as of yet, of just kind of the overall collection of 2024 Sun Devil offensive linemen.
Um, if I'm being honest, I haven't got a chance to talk to all those guys yet. It's really just been me and the coaching staff. I think I talked to a former lineman, just to kind of ask about what they like about the place, and it's all been good things said about the O line room and the coach. Great group of guys. So I'll do more of that once I touch down on campus. You know what I'm saying? Get to meet the guys and mingle in with all of them, introduce myself and stuff like that. But yeah, it's mostly just been communication with the coaches and stuff, and a few former players just to get a word on what the team is like. But once again, it's been all great things. People speak highly of these dudes, so that's good.
And when you look ahead to this fall and this 2024 season, obviously going to be a lot of new faces there, but a lot of new opportunity. What are some of the goals that you've set forth for yourself for year one in the maroon and gold?
Year one for myself, obviously, is to come in and win the starting job and be an all conference selection this year. I feel like those are the two biggest goals for myself. Obviously, to stay healthy and win a lot of games. But as far as personal goals, yeah, I would just come in, get that starting spot, all conference selection, and we finish the semester with A's and B's. I feel like we've done everything we needed to for the end of this year.
And then, as a guy that has, got a couple of years left, when project towards the future, when you are looking back on your college career, whenever that wraps up, what are some of the big things that you want to accomplish during your time in college football?
Well, most importantly, I want to get the degree, right? Definitely finish with my degree. Uh, and also just the connections, man. The connections of the people you meet. Some of the people I've met just from all over the world. I mean, it's unbelievable how I met them. Things I can bring them later on in life. Things maybe they could bring me, right? I think that was the biggest takeaway from college is some of the people you'll meet and the stories you'll hear is unbelievable, and I think it's just great. So I think that's the biggest takeaway for me in this whole college thing is just the experiences, the good times, and finish with the degree.